Welcome back to the Compounding Passive Income channel. I am your host, the Passive Income Poet, and as usual we will start out with the traditional haiku number one, the original, not your financial advisor. Do your own research. I'm just a dude on YouTube, not finance advice. And for additional pleasure in reading for you today, I will share another Passive Income Poet original. I may have shared this before, but it doesn't hurt to share it again. Haiku number two, show me the wallet. They talk a good game, but don't practice what they preach. Show me the wallet. Alright, so we're going to jump right into this. Keep this video short, hopefully. Again, just trying to have a little bit of fun, and this is my shtick right now that I'm going with to keep you all entertained. As you see in the thumbnail here, I'm going to ask a question. I haven't done this in a while, have not brought up and pulled up market cap of, but let's do this. I want to pull up Drip first, right? So this is a great site. It's called marketcapof.com, and you can go here basically and plug in the various tokens that are here and compare market cap size, right? So I have Pancake Swaps, Cake, basically that token as the comparator to Drip. And if Drip had the market cap of Pancake Swap, and I'm going to actually bump this up to, I don't know what the number of Drip is, 250,000 I think it is right now. So we'll apply there. Actually, that's not right. I think I had it at 2.5 million, but let's do that. Let me go back. Let me go back and do this. I think I had Drip at 2.5 million, and so we'll just go with that, right? Yeah, I think that's what it was. I had it at 2.5 million. So, but let's do that. Let's type in Drip, pull that up. We'll go to 500,000, apply. And that gets us at that $260 Drip mark if we had the same market cap size as Pancake Swap and Cake, the Cake token, right? So you've got to ask yourself, is this ecosystem that Forex Shark is building with Drip Network and the Animal Farm, is it as good as or going to come close to Pancake Swap? And do you think it'll have the same market cap or get there once this thing fully launches in less than 2 days now, right? We're it's 1:48 at the time of this recording on Sunday, October 16th, so 2022. So if you think that it has the potential to surpass the market cap of Cake and it's a better ecosystem, then this is potentially what the Drip token could end up as, with a 2,500,000 circulating supply, right? Now, again, am I saying it's going to get there? I am not. I'm asking the question, do you think it is, right? I think that the Animal Farm and the Drip Network are the best DeFi products out there, hands down, right? So again, you get in here, mess around with this if you want, just to kind of see what's going on there. I'm not going to compare other networks. I just thought I'd do this one for the time being. But let's go and take a look at what Pigs is, because Pigs has a much smaller circulating supply, right? 360,000 is what it's saying here. So let's apply this. $1,809. And I got to tell you, I would not be shocked to see this. Am I saying this is going to happen? I am not. Again, do your own research, but I would not be shocked if it did hit this number, especially with the meteoric rise and it going parabolic here in the last couple of weeks or so, or months. So, again, I'm asking the question. But it would not shock me if it did. So do your own research, compare it, get in here, play around, see if there's any other tokens that you want to compare it to. This is a really good site. Again, it's market cap of. We'll go from there. So let's talk about Drip Network. Or I'm sorry, not Drip Network, Flare Network, and the strategy that I'm going to take, right? So here's you can do the reading on here. It's Flare, FLARE.XYZ. You can get in here and read the white paper. This thing is going to, supposedly the token distribution is supposed to take place between, I think October 26th and November 4th, or somewhere around there in that last week of October, first week of November, right? And so originally, back in December of 2020, Flare had basically took a snapshot of every XRP token holder on the major exchanges as well as in the individual wallets, whether it be MetaMask or whatever wallet you had, right? And they took a snapshot, and they're doing basically, this is going to be the biggest airdrop so far in the history of crypto, and so and it's layer one, right? It's everyone keeps, not everybody, but a lot of people keep saying that it's built on Flare. I'm sorry, on Drip, not a Drip, on Flare or on Flare, but on XRP and the Ripple network, and it is not. But they did take the snapshot, and they did this for adoption, right? They're taking one of the biggest communities in crypto, which is XRP, and they're basically giving a 1-for-1 exchange. So let's use the example. If I had 100 XRP at the time of the snapshot back in December of 2020. Basically, I would be getting 100 Flare tokens, right? And what was going to happen is at the initial token distribution, whenever they launched, they're 2 years late, which, hey, this is DeFi and this is, DeFi and crypto, everything's always late, right? But basically, they're giving 15% wherever you held your XRP. So if you held it on Coinbase or Uphold or whatever exchange that was selling XRP at the time, they basically they're going to airdrop to you at that wallet address your 15%. So if I had 100 XRP, I would be getting at the first distribution, basically 15. Flare tokens, and then over the next 3 years, every month you would basically be distributed approximately 2.5% of the remaining balances you had coming to you. Now, as they were going along, and as this thing has been delayed, they've adjusted the model of distribution. So now there's a proposal out, and again, this is completely decentralized, and as soon as this thing will go live, and they're targeting for those dates I shared with you last week of October, first week of November. So as soon as all the nodes are, more, so that Flare's not holding, or the more than 33% of the, the FTSOs and nodes that are out there, right? So that's happening right now. All of those same FTSO providers that are live on Songbird are basically in the process, since they had the code deployment, converting or creating their FTSOs on Flare now, and so that number keeps ticking up daily. So once it goes live, the new proposal, because it's decentralized and your vote will basically change how the tokens are distributed. The proposal is that instead of just getting approximately 2.5% every month to your wallet, right? They're doing it for two reasons. Number one, the concern of like a Celsius meltdown, because those Celsius holders are probably not going to get their airdrops, right? So I think that there's concern by the Flare team, and rightly so, of an exchange being around long enough to actually get and receive, for you to receive all of your tokens. And number two, you're meant to actually use those tokens to secure the network by allocating your votes trustlessly. Basically, when you have it in your Bifrost wallet or Decent wallet, you can apply your Flare token to an FTSO for votes for the data and the pricing that comes in, right? And you get rewarded additional Flare tokens. So the proposal that's being suggested is that instead of all of these original snapshots going to those original wallets, they're going to go to people who are actually participating in the community by delegating their votes, and that's how you'll get the remaining portion of your balance. So my 15 that I would have gotten if I had 100 at the time of the snapshot, the 85% that's remaining, I would get over that same 3-year period, but it would be based on if I have them allocated or my votes delegated to an FTSO provider. So that's awesome, right? Because now what that means is those people who have sold are going to just dump on the market. You can't just dump on the market, right? You actually have to have your tokens delegated, and if you dump that first 15%, you lose out on that 85% additional tokens that would be coming to you, and it'll go to those who are actually purchasing or acquired the actual Flare token and are delegating the votes, which is awesome, which is what we want, right? We want active community participation, And so, again, it's going to also help with, price and not being, affecting the price quite as much with people just dumping, right? So I like it, and I'm going to definitely vote for it. I have a pretty significant stack that should be coming to me, when we get this, assuming that it does launch during that time frame, and I'm definitely voting for it because my strategy now is I'm going to convert some assets that are just sitting there not earning me anything into the Flare token when it launches, and I'm going to acquire those because basically if I go ahead and buy another Flare, another 15 Flare tokens, then those people who sold at the beginning here, I'm going to get those 85% that have come in on top of my delegation, Flare tokens that I'm getting. So, I mean, you can't get a better return on that. I mean, in terms of my view, and what I'm going to do also is that as I'm getting those monthly, rewards for the original snapshot that are now going to those Flare token holders that are delegating, I'm going to just take 10% out of that and just buy back those assets that I use to actually acquire those new Flare tokens. So that's my strategy. Again, I hope I explained this to everybody. You can do a lot of reading here. Again, really like this team. I know they're delayed, but so is Forex Shark. He's delayed, and we're Richard Hart. I mean, and the thing with Flare and Forex, they're not out buying Ferraris and Rolexes. So, anyways, sorry. I just I listen. Pulse Chain and Hex, they're not getting one red cent, man. When the lead dev is out there buying Ferraris and all kinds of crap, I'm just like, you're not getting Gucci bags. Anyway, a bunch of Gucci handbags and other things you couldn't even pronounce. Anyway, that's just my opinion on it, right? So I think that Hugo Filion, the CEO of Flare Network, completely doxxed, by the way, and also Forex Shark are the best devs out there, some of the strongest teams. The Ripple team is strong, obviously, as well, but that's my Flare strategy. All right, so let's jump over to these wallets and just kind of, for my wallet voyeurs out there, give you a quick look and see what's going on here. Hit that 1,200 mark, like I said I would last week, and this thing is starting to pump up. So again, happy to show you where I'm projected to go here. You can see here, I think this week, the 23rd, is that Sunday. So next week I should be hitting that 1,300 mark next Sunday or Monday, right? I'll also show you, I do like this. Again, drip.formulate.finance, another great tool. It's worth the money that you spend. But here's the milestone dates. Again, basically 7 days to go to hit that 1,300. You see how quickly this thing starts creeping down in terms of number of days it takes to actually get that next 100. So, in a month, basically, a little bit over a month, I should be at about 1,700. And hopefully this price of drip will, creep up there like we were looking at, man. If it gets back to $20, even $50, I mean, life is not doing too shabby here. If I'm making, 12 drip a day, basically, and it's at $50, it's $600 a day. I'm not gonna kick them out of bed for eating crackers. If that's what the deal is, right? So anyway, that's the drip token there. You guys can take a look at that. Piston token's doing its thing. The price here is what? It's hanging in there at. Looks like I have some. Oh, that's my BNB balance. Anyway, it's let me see what one is here for BNB. It's $1.80 something. Doing what it's doing. I'm not excited, but I'm not complaining. I already made my money back because I was in on the pre-sale. I got into 2 of the 3 pre-sale events that they had, and so sold when it was up at 11. So I more than made my money back. That in terms of ROIing, and so I'm happy. And I'm gonna just sit here on this and just keep waiting. I have another wallet, as well. So anyway. All right, let's go on over here. Pigpen, I still have 22.85 pigs, and I compound every morning when I, basically update my piggy bank stakes, and because again, I know people are like, oh man, you're taking out point, 00, or 0.001. I'm like, I'm not taking it out, but I think I'm getting like 0.00. Actually, I can just show you what I get this morning. I got 0.005 pigs, right? And so, while that's not a lot right now because the reason I do this every morning, even though it's not very much, and I'm getting like 6 cents of BUSD, I don't even really care at this point in time because the farms aren't open. But this thing is going to start to grow, and every month I add hopefully at least a half a pig, maybe one, as the my piggy bank stakes start growing as well and continue to grow. Then I'm going to get more and more pigs as well. But I'm now earning on that 0.04 or 0.05 pigs, 0.004 or 0.005 pigs that I'm getting. I'm now earning interest on that as well, right? So that's why I do it. So that's not the B&B I spend is just the cost of doing business in my mind. Long term, if you look at it, it'll more than pay for itself. So anyway, that's that. Piggy bank. Again, this morning you can see here. About 5.5 hours ago, I compounded, but this thing is starting to grow. The contract keeps going down. The price went down. So, if you look at mine, I'll show you my spreadsheet here. If you look at the numbers today, in terms of truffle value, the only one that went up was this 149,000%, piggy bank stake that I just started at the beginning of this month. And it's the only one that had a net gain in its contract value. But I knew that was going to go down, as I talked about in last week's video, because the contract went down. I think it jumped down the prior day. Yeah, 12,000, man. I think people were just getting ready for, cashing out some of their, truffles and converting them into piglets for the piggy bank, right? Which is fine. I'm not going to stress out about it until it gets below 100 grand, right? 100,000, which we're not close to that yet. And I think people will, just like they did with the garden, they'll start realizing the value of the piggy banks in terms of earning pigs without spending. Right now, what's the number at as I'm recording this? $169, right? Basically, if I'm getting, if I'm able to earn, just through the piggy banks that I have monthly with the 4 that are unlocked, a half a pig. I mean, that's, that's $85, man. Call it what you will, but that's not bad, at all. And that price is going to only go up, I believe, as well. Not financial advice again. I'm not price predicting, but we've seen what it's done. Like I told you before, I bought 8 or 9, pig tokens at that $57 mark. So, I'm just going to keep accumulating through this without investing fresh capital. That's my plan, at least. So you can do what you want. Again, these farms and pools, I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to probably put some additional BUSD to earn, just straight BUSD to earn some some additional dog tokens to kind of help balance that out and grow that. So, and then my drip garden, again, I'm at 4.6 million plants right now. Again, I'll show you the stats here. I'll just jump over here. You can see how quickly, less than almost a half second a plant is where I'm at, right? And so this thing is just growing. And again, I did take out, and I'll show you this in a second, but I did sell all of my plants on Saturday night after my Sabbath, and I got about 11 plants or LP tokens from that. And so I'll show you the stats here. You guys can pause this and take a look at it. But I'm earning 6,400 plants an hour, and then over 100 a minute, right? Which is great. And again, once this contract and drip price goes up, I'm going to be sitting really, really pretty. So that's your goal, right? So go back and look at the earlier videos. You can check it out. I'm actually going to also make a playlist of all my piggy bank, my piggy bank strategy videos, just so it's easy for you all to find as well for those who are interested in following that. The next one should start on the 24th. Where I just let those roll for 7 days and then cash them out on the first of the month. So that is that one, and then I'll show you the LPs. I have almost 43 LPs ready for Tuesday's launch. And by the way, do not take time off of work. If this thing that they were getting botted in their Telegram and all the other groups that they have, so it was delayed the last time that they were supposed to launch something. They're always late. Forex is notoriously late, right? Not criticizing, just telling you the truth, right? It's evident. So the fact that this thing is supposed to launch, in 1 day, 21 hours, it's not going to launch at noon because Forex will do an AMA where he's live. he'll talk for 45 minutes minimum before he actually launches, right? And so, again, I mean, dude is super bright, super smart, but loves to hear himself talk, right? So I'm just telling you, you could be working an extra 2-3 hours in your day, maybe take off the last, I don't know, do what you want. I'm not taking any time off. There's not, you're not going to lose out on a whole lot unless you're trying to buy dogs, which I'm not. I've already got dogs to start, not a ton, but enough. And then, again, if you're trying to get in on the dogs because you don't have any, then do what you got to do. But if you are satisfied with the stack of dogs that you have, I strongly encourage you not to take time off of work, because again, those hours that you could be working could be used to buy more dogs or whatever, pigs or, drip, whatever you want to do there. So anyway, that's that with the drip garden. I think that's the last wallet. These things are getting ready to buy. Oh, by the way, BNB Miner, when MetaMask updated, this last time around for me and my Brave browser, I got this when I tried to log into BNB Miner, and so I wasn't earning enough on there. It's not worth the risk to me. So you all, if you're not updating your MetaMask and your browsers frequently, or when it comes up, I do it pretty much right away, just to avoid any potential exploits. I strongly encourage you to consider it. And for me, this is not worth me going back in trying to get the little bit of BNB that it was generating. I may try it. I doubt it though. I'll have to read up more on this. But anyway, this is a notice I got, from MetaMask, and so these miners are getting ready to die. Like I said, you can see 21 BNB in this contract for the BNB miner, and then for the BUSD miner, I mean, there's $2,700, man. I'm just waiting for them to die because it's more hassle than what it's worth. I'm basically trying to just recoup my investment. I'm not going to recoup the dollar value because BNB is so low these days. But, again, if I can at least recoup the tokens, it is what it is. And I'm just looking forward to closing all of these out. So anyway, that's going to do it. Again, remember, think about that Flare network. This thing is coming up, man. You're basically guaranteed for whatever amount of tokens you acquire here right at the beginning, an additional 85% yield, not including the Flare tokens you're going to get by delegating your votes, which is going to be exponential in the beginning as well, the way they have this thing set up. I mean, so, man, if you are sleeping on this and just looking for some easy passive income, do your own research on this, but I would encourage you to read up on it. But congratulations, you made it through 100% of your worst days, and you'll get through the next ones. It's tough out there for a lot of people, and a lot of us are just kind of struggling along, waiting for these things to launch. Hopefully, it'll change our lives for the better. If you're just getting started, congratulations on investigating or looking at changing your financial future. Again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not your friend. I'm just some dude on YouTube sharing with you my journey, but hey, you're looking, that there's something else out there, right? And so this is the first step for you, hopefully. Good luck to you, and keep researching, and be kind to people. You never know what they're going through, and be generous. Even though you may not be rich or don't have the money right now, you can still practice kindness and generosity, and that is going to do it. We will talk to you at the next video. Good luck, everybody, on the launch of the animal farm this week. I hope everything just skyrockets moons and goes parabolic, and everyone is super happy. So we'll talk to you at the next one.